today we will discuss what are the strings actually, and uh, some of the how to slice the strings and how to concatenate them, and how to transfer this strings. Strings is actually strings. String is actually a sequence of characters. So we can consider the string that is actually a sequence of characters. And you will see, if you want to declare a string, for example, if banana is a string, fruit is equal to banana, you will see this is actually the quotation mark. Either it's a single quotation or a double quotation. These, when we enclose uh, a set of characters into a quotation, then this is how we define a string. So this is a string. We define the string in this way. So if you say fruit, no, fruit is a string. You will see, if we uh, write the three quotation single or double marks, and we write the sentence in between these for one or two lines, uh, it will print the string. For example, a string is a sequence of characters. This is actually print over there. So if you want to make the comments for more than two lines, then it's better to use the three quotation marks simultaneously. Uh, but this is for comments when you write the comments for program. When you define string, you actually use the single quotation or double quotation marks once only. So we have just defined the say we say fruit. For example, we say fruit or my string. My string. For example, say apple. We see, and then we see the type. What is the types of my string? It will give you the string. So here we see how we define string and how it gives us a string. Uh, Another thing is called, for example, slicing. For example, if we are only interested in taking its first letter, fruit's first letter B. So we say fruit enclosed square brackets 1, and you will see it is A. Why? This is how the slicing works. This is actually no. This is the second actually letter A. Why? Because if you will see the how this indices works in strings, you see, if you write a banana, it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's actually 1, 2, 3. It's actually six characters long, but when we started, it starts from 0, and this is the last letter. 6 minus 1, 5. Why? Because we start from 0. So here, if we want the second letter, then we'll say 1. If we want the first letter, then we'll say 0. I mean, if we just in the first letter, we'll just see the 0 over there. You will see we got the B. If we are interested in a first letter, in a second second letter, then it is okay. Yes, if we're interested in the first letter, you see B. Keep in mind that the indices are in a whole number. If we write number in fraction, it will give you the error, because string indices must be integers. Similarly, if we are interested in the length of a string, when how much is the length of actually a string is, it will uh, So the length function gives you the length. For example, if length of fruit is equal to length, it will give you 6. So here we print the length of this. Print last letter of string. If we're interested in writing the last letter, for example, it's the last letter. It is actually how we write it. Fruit, because the string is fruit. We know what is the length of actually string. Length of string is 6, and 6 minus 1 is 5 is we have just 5. That it's a 5. Why? Because we start from 0. So it is 6 and we start from 0. That's why we say 6 minus 1 is 5. It's loss. And you will see what happens. So, see, length of fruit is equal to 6, and if we're interested in last letter, that is actually length minus 1. Transversing is actually taking the uh, printing the string one by one. We can use the while loop, and we can use a for loop. For example, if we say if the word is fruit, as we have already written it, we can transverse it. For example, index is equal to 0, while index is less than length of fruit. So here is equal to 6, length of fruit is 6. So letter is equal to fruit into indices 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Because we say print letter and then index is equal to index plus 1. So it so after 8, after printing, and after adding it, it will go to the uh, first, second, third, up to 6. You'll see how it works. First letter, second letter, fourth letter, up to the last letter. Similarly, we can print this by using the for loop, for example, for character or x in fruit. If it is a fruit, then simply say print, and you'll see it, it will print the, it will transverse, it, it will transverse mean it print character by character. Slicing, as we are discussed, a slice mean we select some out of a string. For example, say SL Monty Python, and we are interested in 0, 1, 2. Only writing Monty, then 0 to 5. It's Monty 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4 for example, Monty. Why? Because it always comes to 0 to n minus 1. Formula, it actually works it. For example, first, for example, it start from say I, it always n minus 1. Okay. For example, let's say it n minus 1. We got it. It start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will give you only one Monty. And now, if we want to, if we start to, okay, this is how the slicing works. So 0 to 4. Here it start from 6 to 11. You will see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because white space is at 5. 6 is P, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It will go to 11. So it will print the Monty and Python separately. Similarly, if we are printing first letter in string, if we are interested in printing its first letter, then simply you say fruit 0, and it will give you the B. Similarly, if we are interested in its first three letters, if we are interested in first three letters, then we say 0 to 3. 0 to 3 means 0 to 2. If we're interested in last letter, we'll see 0 to 3. If we don't write 0 even, it, it will still work. You'll see string was. If we want the last uh, three letter onwards, it will be if we first string, you will see if the first index of string is greater than equal to last index, it will give you the an error. You see, it will do this. The resulting substring is empty. Why? Because its first is the first index of string is greater or equal to the last index, so it will give you an empty string. Keep in mind. See what will happen when you write the write it in this way. Fruit, it will give you the error, but when why because you don't mention 0 1, but if you write in this way, it will again give you unexpected. Oh, it's an unexpected. It will, if you're interested in it's banana. If you write this, it's mean it will write in full. Even if you write in this way, it will full. But if you write in this way, what will happen? See what will happen. It will just reverse the. It will just reverse actually the whole uh, whole. Uh, you will see when I write it this way. It should just reverse. You will see fruit and you will see it reverses the string. Keep in mind that strings are immutable. Why? Uh, immutable immutables mean when we can, for example, if there are there are there are a certain data structure, just let's assert you can change it. For example, you can replace its elements, by strings are immutable. It cannot be changed, and it will give you the uh, for example, suppose we want to replace hello by hello world, so we say greeting. We say greeting is hello world, and instead of H we say J. It's a string of the done sport item assignment. Why? It is immutable. It you can't replace them when you have defined it. But there is another hack that we can uh, do this. That's concatenation. That is actually concatenation. We can concatenate actually by simple using plus sign. Concatenate. We can just concatenate. For example, we say reading 1 to onward plus j. No, we start from its second character because so using jello word because we start j plus its second character starter e double l. So that's how we can concatenate. See, we can loop through the and we can count with some, we can every that kind of things. For example, here uh, how many A's are in the banana if we are interested in. So we say word is equal to banana, count is equal to 0. For letter in words, word for example as a word. If letter is equal to A, count is equal to count plus 1. So when there's C, uh, it transfers with for loop and we use the condition, the letter is equal to A. What happens? B, so count is still 0. A, if the count equal to 1, and 1 still, then 2, then 3, then 4. You will see it will count the A in the letters. So it's a 3. See, we can use the in operator. Operator is used in to see that we find it if A is in the banana. This is true. True. Why? Because we say that A is For example, A is a subset of this. Of course, A is in this, but you'll see uh, it's seed in banana no, because seed is not a subset of, or are not in the string. These seeds is not a part of string. It's not, it's substring, so it gives the false. Strings can be compared. Say if if word is equal to banana, print all right banana. So it will work. In if command easily, defining a function for checking words come before or after banana C. There is are actually the ASCII characters. There is a table of ASCII character. You will see ASCII binary character. For example, you see A, the letter ASCII code for letter A is 65, while for 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 small a it's 97. You will see that small letter are are higher in ASCII code than low letter. Every character has a some ASCII uh, code. Similarly, if so, all large cap letters are greater than the all small letters. You will see. Uh, if we say we define a function that check that the word is come before banana, after banana means it is equal to come before b before 98 or after 98. You see. Let's say we define banana word. If word is less than banana, simply we print that the word comes before banana. If if words ASCII character is greater than b, it will come after. Else word is banana. So you see, we will say republic. Then if we R, you will see the R is come after this. So this is the word Republican. R is so greater than, it will say it comes after. American, you will see A is smaller than B. Capital A is smaller than B. You that come before P. Still P is, you will see P is actually, P comes before B in ASCII it will give you the it will give you actually. So Republic comes after banana, American comes. So this is actually the first part of our lecture on strings, and we will see next how we can define that kind of things in our next lecture.